Alright, so what's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can aim way better, have a way better accuracy and do really good. So let's get this started right now. Alright, so pretty much what you want to do is first, let's start off with this. You're going to go to your options and your sensitivity. You're going to want to try to go down 2 sensitivities, alright? Go down 2 sensitivities every single, 2 days, go down 2 sensitivities. Alright, what I recommend the lowest or the highest you be on is like a 7, just because like it's gonna make it so much more harder to aim if you're at a high sensitivity. Okay, like it's just a little too fast. Like if you see somebody, like let's say we're gonna try to shoot right in this circle right there. So if you do a 360 and then try to stop at it, it's gonna be so much more harder, and it's just so hard to aim at what you're trying to aim at because you're moving too fast. But if you go down to something a little bit lower, it's a little bit easier to get exactly where you're trying to aim, okay? So go to a lower sensitivity and you'll be able to do this. Yeah, that's the first step. So if you're at a 20 sensitivity, what I want you to do right now is go down 2 sensitivities. If you're at a 10, I want you to go down maybe 1 sensitivity, because if you're a little bit lower, you can feel the difference a lot more. So keep that in mind. So go ahead and do that. Now, the next step, what you're going to want to do is use the right attachments. Okay, if you're using a super fast gun with no grip, no stock, and no extended mags and suppressor, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, because first of all, if you don't have grip, what's going to happen is your gun is just going to go shooting, flying sky high while you're trying to ADS. See, right now I have a grip on this. I have a suppressor on this. I have stock. And then I even have, I think that's about it actually. Oh, and don't forget to add a sight to your gun. It'll make it so much more easier to aim at things specifically. So, yeah, look, right here. If I aim directly at his eyes, look at that. It's all in one spot, okay? But, if I use a gun that doesn't have any grip, or that doesn't have stock, or a silencer, let's take a look at how this is now. It's everywhere now, okay? It's everywhere. As you can see, look at that. It's shot all around here, but if you had a grip on there, your aim would be so much more steady, okay? And now we'll test it out with a submachine gun. So here we are with the submachine gun. What are we going to aim at next? Let's find out. We can aim right here. This circle. See how crazy that is right now? You see how crazy that is, alright? It's going everywhere, but let's see how it is with the submachine gun that has no recoil. I mean, that has no grip, no suppressor, no nothing to help it, okay? Let's take a look at that now. So this is the same gun, different variant, but that's another thing. You want to use a variant that gives you less recoil. Now look at that, it's just going straight up. It's so hard to control too. So now, speaking of controlling your weapon, let's talk about that now. So when you're shooting a gun that shoots very fast, what you're gonna want to do is try to control the recoil. So here it is, it's going upwards. So you're gonna want to learn the pattern of the recoil on your gun. Alright, so you're gonna want to hold your stick down just a little bit to stop it from going straight up. See? Now look at that. The aim is so much more better if you just hold your analog stick downwards. It'll save you from having really terrible aim. See that? That's amazing right there. That's so much more better than that. Going straight up. So now that we have that out of the way, here's something else I want you guys to do. So in your options, there's a layout right here. Stick and move. Use stick and move. Now what happens is, instead of jumping with X, you're gonna jump with the L3 button. Alright, let's take out this guy real quick. And it'll make it so much more easier to jump and aim, because you'll never have to take your finger off this L3 stick. Alright, it's gonna make it a million times easier. You don't gotta take your thumb off of the analog stick at all, because X, you would use that to jump. And that means you'd have to take your finger off the L3 button, which lets you control your aiming. All right. So keep that in mind and do that. It'll help you out so much. All right. So that's pretty much all I have for controlling your recoil on your weapons. You're gonna want to turn your sensitivity down just a little bit so you can actually, you know, control where you're aiming at. Because if you were, like, let's see, let's find out where some of these guys are. So what? I killed that guy with ease, but if I turn my sensitivity up all the way to like what? We'll go with the 15, all right? Oh my god, this is crazy. Alright, but if this is what it was, let's see how this is. It's really hard to control. Like the way I look and stuff, it's really hard. Like it's extremely fast. Like look at that. Like it's really hard to aim with something that is this crazy, alright? So like I said, if I go all the way down to a 6, think about how much more easier that would be to control this. Like, look at that. It's much more controlled now. And that is how you control your aim in Call of Duty, or literally in any other game as well. Like, this will help you aim way better. Alright? So remember, the attachments you're going to want are you're going to want a sight on your gun, because if you were using something with no sight, it would make it a little bit more harder. Alright? And then also, you're going to want to put a grip on your gun so you can control the recoil on your weapon. Stock would make it so much more easier when you're aiming down sight to move too. That would help out a lot. A suppressor also controls the recoil just a little bit. It stops it from going all crazy. And then quick draw helps a lot too. So you can at least have a head start on when you're aiming at your enemies. But one more thing is maybe if you use a gun that wasn't as fast, using a lower fire rate gun reduces the recoil, which makes it even easier to aim, and that is overall extremely helpful. So those are all the tips I have for you guys on aiming better in Call of Duty and in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, especially in these double, like, well, the thruster jumping Call of Duties. It'll help so much more in this. So yeah, if you guys did find any of these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be making a lot more tips videos in Infinite Warfare on how to get better KDs, on how to jump higher, and you know, do things like that, because that gets a lot of support from you guys. So I'll be sure to do this stuff in the future, and how to get more headshots too if you guys want. But anyways, that's all for this video. Be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, because you don't want to miss out on this content. And I'm out. Peace.